Give me a second. All right. I'm setting my privacy settings, so just bear with me. I'm trying to make sure we're good. Let's go here. I'm almost ready, y'all. Y'all just sit back. Okay. All right, man. Top of the evening to you. Want to welcome you to another episode of the Warzone. Let me share a screen and make sure that we are good. 7:34. So what we have to do is we have to make sure. Okay. There we go. All right. I want to say top of the evening to you and thank you for taking the time out to tune in. You know, without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. And with that being said, it's the Warzone, and I'm the 5-star general. And we attack a plethora of issues on a daily that pertain to our community in the United States of America. It can be politics, it can be school, it can be hospitalization, it can be insurance, it can be anything. Anything that I choose to touch, I'm going to touch. Tonight, we're going to talk about organizations and the presidential awards. My attorney is definitely watching in case one of you jacklegs want to try to sue. But as long as I tell the truth, then there's nothing that you can really do about it. There are several organizations in the Houston area, as well as all around the country, that give out lifetime presidential awards. And it's supposed to be acknowledging, all the work that you've done in the community and different things like that. And I started digging because I've never won. I've never gotten one. It doesn't matter to me if I don't. I get my flowers every day. But the thing is, there are a lot of other people out there that deserve to be recognized for the work that they're doing. Like my good friend Travis McGee and his team that goes out and they feed the homeless all the time. They feed the homeless. They clothe the homeless. This is not just for holidays. This is every month, maybe once or twice a month, and they go downtown and they take care of those people. Nobody has never acknowledged them. And I was wondering why. What's the process with these presidential awards? So I reached out to at least 3 individuals. I reached out to Lady Hale, who does a lot of work for the seniors. I reached out to Verna Caddy, who gives awards out and different things. And I reached out to Sonia White. And the discussion with Sonia, we went over a lot of stuff. And I found out that she kind of does everything the way it should be done. I reached out to Lanita Hale and we had a conversation and she was willing to come on the show. I think it was my fault that she's not here tonight due to a scheduling conflict on my behalf. And I didn't reach out in time to get her on, but we definitely had a conversation. And I reached out to Verna Caddy from Leaders Esteem Christian Bible College, I think it is. And she was like, there's 5,000 organizations, and she really wasn't concerned about what I was going to talk about. But what I did do is I gave people an opportunity to be able to have a conversation with me. And when I did that, I opened the door for myself to ask certain questions. I also had some concerns that I wanted to address. But when people don't take the time out to talk to me, then I'm going to go with what I have. I've done the research and I am going to let the chips fall where they may. Once again, my attorney is watching. Well, one of them. I got multiples. But this one is one of the top attorneys in the state of Texas. He's always watching. So in case you get a little upset with what I'm going to put out, then you want to try your little frivolous lawsuits, then bring it. And then I get to prove it in a court of law. A few years back, I think it was around 14 or 15, I, along with my good friends Spencer and Monique Johnson. Spencer used to play for the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings, and he runs a little league program over in Fort Bend, the Fort Bend Seahawks. And Spence wanted to do something for the community. We created what we call the Heroes of Houston, and every year we would honor the heroes that made the cut, that did the work in the community. They made the cut, and Spence and Monique would honor these people in a nice ceremony, and they didn't have to pay to come in, none of that. And you honored them for the work that they did in the community. That's what the Heroes of Houston was all about. So nowadays, there's other things going on. It's the Lifetime Presidential Awards. And look like they got organizations from all around that are popping up. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I got all of this set. Hold on. So they have these Lifetime Presidential Awards that they're giving out. It seems like every year somebody's doing them, and last year was really, really a year where some things hit the fan. And Lanita, if you want to come on, you're welcome to come on. I can send you a link. And people, kind of look forward to see who's gonna be honored. And if you've done the work, then so be it. You deserve the award. As I said, no matter how much work I've done, and it's not just presidential awards, nobody ever honors me, and I don't give a damn. They don't honor me because, hold on, let me send Lanita. Send me your email real quick. Just type it in here and send it to me. They don't honor me because I hold some of their okay. Hold on, let me do this real quick, y'all. Copy. Okay, let's invite Lanita Hale. Let's get her in here. Okay, if you guys will hold on just a second. And H Hale photo. Okay, hold on a second. Let me invite Lanita in. H Hale. Okay, there we go. All right. So I sent an email to Lanita Hale. She runs an organization, and Lanita, if you keep up with Lanita, she's always in the community working. And because of her, no matter if it's been a flood, a hurricane, or just everyday life, she takes care of those senior citizens all over the city. She does it all over the city. But these people have been giving out these awards, and I started I couldn't understand why some people have never been considered. So I'm saying, let me dig off into this thing. Y'all know how I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna dig off into this thing. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other windows open because I've done the research. So I'm like, let's look at it. One of the biggest and the baddest to do this is Verna Caddy, Leaders Esteem Christian Bible College. I think that's the name of her school. And Verna has put together a phenomenal program. where they have an all-white party, all these celebrities are invited, and different things like that. And last year was the talk of the town. Someone right. Someone right. So you know me. If you've been around me long enough, you know I'm gonna start digging. Now I'm gonna say this because when you talk about certain people in Houston, people they're like they want to sue you. Sue me. The truth is the truth. That's all it boils down to. The truth is the truth. And there was a time a few years ago. Let me give you the backstory. Where it seemed like me and Candace Matthews were getting into it. And for some strange reason, and I've never had an issue with this lady, Dr. Verna Caddy decided that she would jump on that side with Candace Matthews and supposedly she was gonna come for me. My question is real simple. Do you people have nothing else to do besides come for me? Because every time one of y'all do come for me, it's a waste of time. And I make you look stupid. I want you to think about who you said that in front of. Okay, take your time. I want you to think about who you said that in front of. I want you to think about that you don't have the means, the resources, or the guts to come after the top dog in the city. Let's get something straight. I don't have to clout chase because that's the first thing they're going to say that I'm doing. Well, first of all, I get invited to formal functions on a daily. I choose not to go because if I'm doing the work, I don't need to be out parading around and, patting myself on the back for every little thing that I do. I don't need to do that. So I don't clout chase. But what I do during the course of my everyday life is I expose fraud. I expose fraud people. I expose fraud situations. And I don't care if you get mad or upset that I did it. But the people need to know the truth. They need to know the truth. I'm waiting on Lanita Hale to come in. She runs an organization. She gives away presidential lifetime awards. And I'm trying to wait on her before I get off into this thing. Let me see if I can give her a call. Y'all hold on a second. Let's make sure. Because sometimes they have a problem, logging in. So y'all bear with me. I'm finna make this happen. Hold on a second. You need a Hale. So I'm trying to get Lanita Hale on here. So I want you to think about Verna, who you told you were gonna come for me, because there was some situations out there. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get her in for you, dog. I'm trying to get in. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Let's send her a text. Bear with me for a second. Because I want you to feel me. I really want you to feel me. Because I'm put it on your mind, me. That's how I operate. That's how I operate. Okay, so we got this. Let me invite. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Backslash. CEQWT. Let's make sure we got it. All right. So I'm back. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When you're out there doing what you do, you never know who's watching. You never know who's gonna do the investigation. I like investigating. I like digging off into things. So tonight, if you're just tuning in, we've had to stop a couple of times, so we're ready to crank up. I'm waiting on Lady Hale, Anita Hale, to pop in. She wants to be on the show to discuss these presidential awards that I feel some organizations are in violation of state law. When you deceive the public, then it is what it is. Hold on. Lanita,
Yes, sir.
how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. I was in a meeting. I had to run out and get in the car, try to get the internet started. So I'm here.
All right, I just got you in,
Okay.
and we're talking tonight about these presidential awards
Okay.
and people that are giving them away.
Yes.
Well, I've had an opportunity to speak with AmeriCorps several times in the
Okay.
last few months because I wanted to know exactly how these awards are given.
Correct.
And I wanted to know the criteria for a
Mm-hmm.
recipient if they were to get them.
Okay.
And from that, I started looking at some of the people that folks had been given presidential awards to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact that they don't meet the criteria. And my thing is at that point, are we really trying to honor people, or are we trying to fill up a room to make money? And if they're making money as a nonprofit, then according to 501c3 laws, your books have to be opened upon public demand.
Correct.
And each day that you fail to open your books according to federal law, it is punishable by a fine of $5,000 for each day that you don't open them. And
That's true.
where I'm at right now with some of these organizations that's been lying, I'm ready to put them people in their life. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's first of all, we'll start with Gary Monroe. It's undeniable
Right.
that I'm the education guy
That's right.
in Houston, in the state of Texas, across the country. I do the work,
Right.
and it's been seen. But I know that a lot of people are not going to give me their flowers, give me my flowers, because they don't like me for personal reasons, or they don't like how I deliver the messages, or they're connected to politicians that I may have drugged through the mud, and I get it. So it doesn't really bother me, because if I had to worry about getting an award, then I'd have stopped 6 months after I started 14
Right.
years ago. So,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is when I see good people that are out there that are constantly doing the work and nobody seems to acknowledge them. So,
Right.
to the best of your knowledge, tell the people about your organization and how you decide who ends up with a presidential lifetime award.
Okay, for Shining Star Leadership Academy, what we do is we feed our homebound senior citizens. We have 350 homebound senior citizens that we serve on a weekly basis. We have 300 seniors who are raising grandchildren, which is about 1,000 of those. And we service our veterans that suffer from PTSD and suicide. And we feed um the homeless with the bread of life downtown 4 times a week. Now, how we do, because I have high schoolers or middle schoolers, I have kids that come to our organizations to get community service hours. And what they do, they can use those community service hours to be able to apply for scholarships, to go on their college resume. So what I do for my kids, depending on their hours, they can get a gold, silver, or bronze. It's depending on the hours. But most of my kids for the whole year, they get about 300, maybe 250 to 300 hours a year, because those are kids, and they mostly help me during the summer. Now, the ones I did honor for my Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award was John Marston. John Marston helps us with the homeless. John Marston comes out and help us unload trucks. We also gave it to Keith Downing, because Keith Downing always have supported us from beginning, which is the last 5 years. Keith Downing has been there. And who else got one? Jeremiah Rankin. You know, he's always there. He's our licensed professional counselor, and he goes out and gives free counseling and mentorship for young boys that are on their way to prison. So that's how we do it.
Okay, so like last year, you say you basically gave away 3 presidentials.
No, it was more
Okay.
than three, because I
Okay.
had some of the people that they come out, they may come out and volunteer, they may come out and donate, they may come out and mentor, but you were talking about all of the hours. So we had Judge Linda, she got one, because we work with her closely with the kids that come through CPS. We work with those. And Kathy Blueford Daniels, who always support us from day one. And then we had what's his name, Sharon Caples. She's a ex astronaut technology person. She helps our kids with STEM. My children, she helps us with that. So everybody who has helped us, and we calculate the hours, especially with my kids, I have to keep their hours um up to date, because I have to turn that into the principal at the end of the month, and I keep it along with their teacher also.
Okay. So that means you have a log.
Right. I have a log for the
You
kids. I
have a
have
you
to
have a
turn it
you,
in. Yeah, I have to turn it in monthly. The principal at whatever school it is, they would like it the first week of every month. So when they, especially my kids that are graduated, so they can see how many hours they actually need, because you need so many hours to apply for certain scholarships.
okay. So my thing is, and I'm gonna just ask you because you wanted
Uh-huh.
to sit in this hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of your organization again?
Shining Stars Leadership Academy.
Would that be a conflict? Because it's Shining Stars Leadership Academy. Is it a school? Is what is it
No, how we
exactly?
started out, we were starting out. Remember, you were helping me. We were starting out as a charter school, and then the what happened with that, the pandemic happened. So in our curriculum, I had this component in our curriculum that our children were actually going out to serve as our community. So when I checked back with the IRS, they told me it was no need for me to go and get a separate 501c, because we were still doing the community work. The kids were still doing the community work, even though these are not kids at my academy. These are kids from like HISD, Spring, and Client. They're from the city of Houston.
Well, that's what I wanted you to make sure that people understood,
Okay.
because according to federal law, we got to do things a certain way.
Right,
So
right,
so that means you've already contacted them, and I can tell you I've
right,
already verified it.
right,
So I do that on my own,
right,
and everything that you just said is the truth.
right.
So you don't have to go get a separate 501.
No, they told me do
Um,
not get one.
and you make sure that you keep an active log.
Right,
So
for
if
the kids. Yes, I
yeah, for
have
the
to.
kids. So the question now becomes, if Gary Monroe was to ask you for a copy of that active log, would you
Hmm.
be able to present it at a later date?
Right, or you can just call you can call the school, and we can fax it from the principal's office, or however you want it, or I could just give you what I have and send it to you.
Well, see, that's the thing that I like. I mean, you're being transparent with me.
Hmm.
Not only did you say that I could get it from you, I could actually get it from the school.
Right.
So,
And
The
you can
thing
get it
is,
from the kids. I would, give them their parents' information, and the parents can send it to you, because I also give a copy to the parents so they can keep a file. I have a file, and the teacher and the principal have a file, just in case anything could happen. So I just wanted it covered, and I want to make sure my kids get their hours.
okay. Now there's a lot of people out there that's questioning the legitimacy
Right,
of some of these organizations.
right,
So if you fill up a room, you're honoring X amount of people, and then
right.
a lot of other people come to support them. You charge them a fee. What is it that you do with the money that you make?
Well, mostly we
With
don't
you
make
with
any
and the
money.
reason hold
Okay,
on a second. The
okay.
reason I'm asking that is because you're 501c3.
Right, right.
So if I'm within the rights,
Yeah,
of
you
somebody
have
that
to.
can
And with
ask.
a 501c, I have to answer that question. And what we do, none of my kids pay, because none of my honorees pay. I go out and find sponsorships for my honorees. Nobody have to sell tickets. Nobody have to sell tables. All I ask you to do is to invite somebody. And if you can't invite somebody, still please come, because we have a lot of sponsors, because they see what my kids are doing. And just to let everybody know, most of my kids that come through our program are underserved kids, and most of their parents make about $1,200 to $1,500 a month. There's no way they could afford a ticket, they could afford clothes. And we got slammed a lot last year because my kids could not afford to wear the gowns and all the hoopla. Some of them came in their uniforms from school. Some of them came in blue jeans and t-shirts. So I got slammed for that. But I was not going to put that on my kids and my parents. I just told them, just come as they are.
Okay. So when you fill up the room
Mm-hmm.
with your recipients and the people that are coming to support them,
Mm-hmm.
and the money is made,
Mm-hmm.
what is it that you guys do with the money from that point?
Okay, from the money from that point, basically, like I said, I don't make any money on
So
them.
your event is a
Hello.
free event. Can you hear
Okay.
me? Your event is a free event across the board,
Yeah,
is what
I
you're
hear you.
saying?
No, it's not free across the board. It's free for all the honorees. Everybody that's getting honored is not there. And what I do, I get sponsorships for, say, for instance, if a parent can't afford to come, then I will make sure I find a sponsor, somebody to pay for that parent. Now, last year, because we had it was an Astro. No, it wasn't. He was the Yankees. He was a ex-manager. Somebody had told him about our organization, so he came and he talked to the kids. He talked to the everything, and he told us he wanted to donate $25,000 to our organization, which will pay for gas, because we feed, we go out. They wanted to pay for gas. When I have all my kids, I have to make sure they have, food to eat. They have snacks. We have water, and we pay for stuff like that. And then if we have people, like now we're doing the Easter basket, and it's volunteers to help us, we help pay for their gas.
Okay. All right. So you saying you can justify your money. Do you give
Mhm.
awards based on political affiliation, Republican, Democrats, or
Oh no,
I know
no.
I
We
know
have, and I'm gonna tell you, the most of the people who support me are Republicans,
wow, that's beautiful though.
and it's
I mean,
and the people who support me do not look like me.
okay. Well that's just good people with good
Yep,
hearts.
yep.
So it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a
It don't have
Democrat
nothing to
to
do
be
with it,
to be
cause
able to receive an award from you.
mm-mm, mm-mm. And I think Mr. Ronald Castro. He works closely with us, and he works with helping the kids get the scholarships and all that. He's been on the front line with TEA, with the teachers, Mr. Ronald Castro. So he's been working with us for about 3 years, also.
Okay. Do you give awards to celebrities?
No, we not at that status. I'm sorry, just me and my kids. It's just us. It's just me and my kids.
So here's a question, because you run an organization that gives these
Hmm.
awards away. From the standpoint that you are, let's say
Mm-hmm.
you gave an award to Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Mm.
How would he meet the criteria to
He don't
actually
meet the
accept your award?
criteria. He have not come and helped us. He have not unloaded one truck. He have not done anything for our organization.
So
I mean, you have to come and do something.
there would be no way to log his 4,000 hours, is what you're saying. Now, what if
Where do he live?
he lives in New York?
Oh well.
Well, the reason I'm saying that, because if he lives in New York and you're in Houston
Right.
and you decide to give him an award, that means he needed to do 4,000 hours with your organization and not with just another organization. Because in New York, I'm pretty sure they do them too.
Yeah,
So
they
they would,
doing them all over. Yes, they are doing them all over. Now, I was told that I don't know how true that is, and I'm sure if you talk to the people, that if you have done some other things in the community and you done with other people, organizations, and if you can get their hours and all of that, that you can present them with an award. Now,
okay.
I know what I do. I can only speak for what I do. Me and my kids. That's all. That's all I can speak for.
Okay. Well, I think that you have a beautiful heart. And I think honoring kids is a beautiful thing, especially they could be doing anything else
Right.
besides working in the community and helping the seniors and doing that. And of course, you honored a good dude, John Martin,
Oh yeah.
who has helped.
And just like you said, I love John. John like a brother. But nobody, I don't care how much work John did, nobody would give John an award.
And
Nobody.
they're not going to give them to certain people. They're definitely not going to give me one, and I could care less. I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, without some of us out here doing what we do,
Right.
this city wouldn't move. It just
That's
wouldn't
true.
move. So I
And
mean,
when I first started out, nobody gave me, I didn't get not one award, which me and John just kept on working. Me, John, Kathy, Keith, we just kept on working. Even D. Harris have been working with me. D. Harris been working with me since I started about 5 years ago on my driveway. D would come to my house and pick up food, pick up stuff for the seniors. So D has been working with me. As a matter of fact, D coming tomorrow to pick up senior bags. D has been working with me from day one.
no, D is very active. And
Yes,
y'all don't know who D is. That's D Harris over in Trinity
right.
Garden,
Trinity Garden.
and she does a great amount of
Job
work
with those seniors.
with
Excellent
those
job.
things. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to
Okay.
come on.
Anything else?
And
I can only say what we do. Me
well,
and
no,
my
that's
kids.
because I got some other stuff to talk about that ain't got nothing
Okay.
to do with
Oh,
your
ain't got nothing to do with
organization.
me, huh? I just wanted people to know how we do it, how we help the kids in the community. And a lot of those kids need those community service hours, just like the kids in River Oaks, just like the kids in Kingwood. They need to have the same opportunity as these other kids do.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Let me check something.
Okay.
Um, okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming
Okay,
on,
then.
and you keep working hard and taking care of our seniors,
I
who
will.
are
Thank
who are
you
the
so much.
who are the matriarchs of our community. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.
That was Lanita Hale from Shining Star
Uh-oh.
Academy. Let me see. Let me help her get out of here. So you hear from an organization. I know my good friend Kathy Tatum is always in the community helping people find housing, feeding people, I mean clothing people, and she does a great service for the city of Houston too. But then there are organizations that are lining their pockets. Backstory. You were coming for me, remember? And coming for me for what reason? You didn't have a reason. Who is he talking about? Talking about Verna Caddy from Leaders Esteem Christian Bible College. And my question is, before you decide to ever come for me or even put it in your mind that you're going to come for me, just know I'm better than what you think. I am better than what you think. Last year, Leaders Esteem Bible College put on a grand 2-day event. They had an all-white party, celebrities. Um, hold on a second. Let me open one more screen. Let me open one more screen. Okay. And they put on a grand event. Tasha Holden on Felder. Hey, what's her organization name? I want to be a volunteer. And she's with the Shining Star Academy, I think it is. I'll find it and I'll post it and I'll send it to you, Tasha. But now let's go over to Dr. Verna Caddy and Leaders Esteem Christian Bible College. And they give out awards also. They give out awards also. But I started digging a little bit because I wanted to see some things. Now I want to open up a screen for you. Let's open up a screen. And I want to say this before I start. Let's put this up. Can you see that? That says in Texas, false advertising is illegal. False advertising is a broad category, but it can involve any false statements related to sellers' products. False advertisement can also include making false statements about a competitor's product to take his or her customers or business. So let's look at the penal code for this. Section 17.46. Deceptive trade practices unlawful, false, misleading, or deceptive acts or practices in the conduct of any trade or commerce are hereby declared unlawful and are subject to action by the Consumer Protection Division under several sections. Is false advertisement still a crime? Yeah, it's a crime. Can you be punished for false advertisement? Let's look. Both state and federal law prohibits companies from using deceptive advertising practices. Those who are convicted of employing unlawful practices can be required to pay up to $10,000 in penalties for each violation, in addition to actual damages and attorney fees. Last year, there was a grand affair that went on with Leaders Esteem Christian Bible College, where they were going to award presidential awards from AmeriCorps. And one day I called Verna Caddy and I asked her, why hasn't anybody honored me? And this is what she told me. She said, well, it's a Joe Biden award and you are a Republican. And as soon as we end up with a Republican in office, then we will honor you because you are a Republican. So basically, she's going to give all of these awards to Democrats. And I'm like, okay, now I understand. So that's why. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a Republican, Black Republican. I ain't got no problem being one. And she can only give them to Democrats. I put up the thing about false advertising. Last year at this grand event, as well as the one that they're going to have this year, there were several celebrities that were named that were supposed to show up for this award ceremony. And it seems like that a bunch of them did not show up. So, I mean, I could have done this last year because I kind of knew what was going on. But I'm like, I ain't going to touch it. I want to see, if they going to pump this up again this year. So when January rolled around, they started announcing the people that they were going to have. So I want to show you something. And we're going to stop this screen. We're going to go in and we're going to share another screen. So let's make sure that we are where we need to be. Okay, so this is a screen. And on this screen, we're going to go through several people who should have gotten awards last year. So let's look at, and as you can see, Great Fly, Leaders Esteem, Christian Bible, University, Honorary Doctorate, Graduation, and Second Annual Presidential Lifetime Awards. So as I look at this list, I want to make sure that you can see these people clearly. All right. These are the people that should have gotten awards last year. But to my knowledge, I may be wrong. To my knowledge, I mean, I need you to just follow me. Yolanda Adams was advertised heavily that she would be at this program. Yolanda wasn't there. Erica Campbell, Grammy Award winner. To my knowledge, I don't think she was there, but she may have been, but I don't think. My man Ron Reynolds was there. Sheila Jackson Lee was a no-show. To the best of my knowledge, Shy Light's founder, Marshall Thompson, if he was in a wheelchair, he was there. Grammy Award winner Paul Anthony was there. But let's go through this list. Farrah Franklin was not there. T.S. Madison, I could not verify. Mary Griffin, I could not verify. But let's keep going. Let's look down here. Dr. Jody Watley, Funky Larry Jones, and Fred Hammond were all no-shows for this event. But you use their likeness to entice people to show up for this event. And I'm wondering why that is okay. So let's go look at some more people who didn't show up. Let's make sure that we can make it bigger. Let's make sure. County Commissioner Rodney Ellis was a no-show. He wasn't there. Carol G. Robinson, Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. He was not there. Let's go. Jammin' Jimmy Olsen, one of my favorite DJs from back in the day. To my knowledge, I might be wrong, but he was not there. Let's keep going. Preston Middleton, Vice President of Ebony Magazine Publishing. To my knowledge, he was not there. Lee Merritt, famed civil rights attorney. To my knowledge, he was not there. So did we use all these people likenesses to just sell tickets to an event and these folks don't show up? Oh, well, we sent them their award in the mail. Come on, man. Stop playing with us. So let's go to our next screen. Let's go to our next screen. Let's look at our next screen. Let's make sure. Okay, so there we go. Let's look at this screen. I want to look at this screen. I want to look at this screen. And now I want to look at this screen. So let's look at this screen. All right. Let's look at this screen and let's make sure that we are where we need to be. So we're going to open this up. Like I said, Jody Watley did not show up. And if you don't know who Jody Watley is, she used to be in Shalimar. with Howard Hewitt and Jeffrey Daniels. Um, with hit songs like For the Lover in You. Well, Jody was not there, but she was advertised to be there. Leslie Calvin Brown, to my knowledge, I don't think that he was there. David Banner was not there. Thelonious Floyd, to my knowledge, was not there. He may have been, but from what I understand, he was not there. Yolanda Adams was not there. My good friend Brad Jordan was not there. But we're using these people to sell these tickets. So let's go back in and let's look at some of the people that they plan on honoring this year. Let's go in. Let me make sure some of the people that have been honored. As you can see, Verna Caddy with Candace Matthews. And one of the honorees was Terrence Skanks, who recently, I think about a month and a half ago, was under investigation by Texas Ethics Commission for running illegal PACs. And yet you honor somebody who at this moment owes the state of Texas over $17,000 for running illegal PACs that look like they were money laundering. So let's go back in. Let's go and see who else. Let's look at something else. Yolanda Yo-Yo Whitaker was supposed to be there last year. Yo-Yo didn't show up. I just so happen to know Yo-Yo's brother. I just so happen to know her brother. And when we had a conversation, Yo-Yo didn't know nothing about this. Well, let's keep going. Zero and Lil Flip. My question now becomes, if Zero and Lil Flip were to be honored with presidential lifetime awards, when did they do their community service? When did they do it? They didn't do it. They didn't do it. So let's keep going. Gilberto Hinojosa should be honored this year. I'm pretty sure Gilberto will be very, very busy, and he won't make it either. Antron Johnson, who's a big dog, I guess, in the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, who we proved over and over and over and over and over again, was setting up different bank accounts for illegal PACs that did not exist. And you honored this guy, and he'll be brought up. He'll have to go in front of Texas Ethics sooner or later to deal with the fact that he was running these illegal PACs. And Mr. Johnson received a doctorate of philosophy and humanitarianism. But you honored this guy for what? Nothing. Let's go. Okay, so now we'll get up out of here and let's go back over here to this screen. We're going to stop this screen. We're going to open another screen. Let's open another screen. Let's see. Let's open this screen. Let's see what this is about. Let's see. So now this year, you're going to honor Arsenio Hall. Now, I want everybody to understand something, man. I got major plugs and ties to the entertainment industry. Major plugs. But let's keep going because I want to get through this. Fantasia Barrino and Kendall Taylor. Fantasia is going to receive a presidential lifetime award. Let's keep going. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't even know her name, but Omarosa Manigault Newman. Now, remember earlier I told y'all that she told me that I couldn't get an award because I was a Republican. What is Omarosa? She's a Republican. And I doubt if Omarosa even shows up. Let's keep going. This is Dr. Darnella Wilkerson, who's just been found guilty by the Texas Ethics Commission for running illegal PACs, political PACs in the state of Texas, and received a sizable fine in February from them. And if she does not pay the fine, she is going to have to deal with the Attorney General of Texas. So it's ironic that you can see her and Terrence Shanks, whatever his name is, both of them have just been found guilty by the Texas Ethics Commission for running illegal political PACs. Let's keep going. Now, Monique Hicks. Let's talk about the Monique Hicks aspect of this. Let's talk about comedian Monique, who was on the list. Hold on. Let's go back. We got to get her back up. Let's put Monique back up there. She's going to be an honoree. There's a problem with Monique. Famed entertainment attorney Ricky Anderson. If you're from Houston and you know entertainment, you know Rick. Had to notify this organization that either you take this flyer down or you will get a cease and desist and you will be sued. That takes me back to the beginning. Why would they have to take it down if you've already contacted her people? And now this attorney is telling you to take it down before you get sued. That's false advertisement. The same way with the flyer for T.I. and Tiny. Well, I'm in rap. ATL was one of my stomping grounds. So it was easy to get to Jason Jeter. I ain't going to say who that is, but T.I. know who he is. Man, them people ain't know nothing about no presidential lifetime award. Oh, I'm getting crunked up now. Let's get in here. Let me close this window out. I want to make sure that we don't use any more windows. Now, I'm gonna tell you how the game is played. This is how the game is played. So now we're gonna go in here and we're gonna open another screen. This is how the game is played, and it would be, let's check. Let's check something. Let's check. Okay, it should be that one. Let's share this screen. This is a text that I received. Now, like I say, if you want to go to court, let's go. If you're mad because I'm putting it out there, then let's go. This was sent to somebody that I know. I need your help with Dr. Caddy. Last December event, I couldn't attend to receive my award, program, etc. Can you please ask her if she can provide me the copy of the program and my presidential medal? I text her and she told me she will have to order for me after the holidays. Now I still don't have it. I really appreciate your help and thank you in advance, Chad Khan. Look, man, if you know who these people are, Chad Khan, his award may have been delivered to him, but this was after he made a sizable donation. So you're getting people to give you money to receive these presidential awards. Yeah, I said it. Go fire up your jackleg. Bring him to the square so my attorney can eat him up. But we're gonna get to that in a minute. I'm showing you things about folks that supposed to be there that wasn't there, and all of that. So I'm showing you the violations, and then I'm gonna break it down for you. So now let's go back in here. Let's open a screen. Let's open a screen. Let's look at some things. So we can close this one. Let's close this one. All right. And we can close this one. And I want to see if I can open this one. Okay. So we're going to open this screen next. Share the screen. So let's go in and let's open this screen. It's kind of fuzzy, but just rock with me. You said you don't honor Republicans, but this is James Dunn, who's over a Republican group in Brazoria County. Former vocational rehabilitation provider pleads guilty to fraudulent claims against the government. Former vocational rehabilitation provider James Dunn of Pearland has pled guilty to one count of submitting fraudulent claims against the government, United States Attorney Don DeGabriel announced today. Dunn was the owner and operator of a rehab specialist, which is no longer in operation. Mr. Dunn was basically indicted for defrauding the U.S. Department of Education. And he received several PPP loans during the pandemic that are now in question. So you didn't honor him last year or the year before. You're honoring him this year. So we're honoring felons. Somebody who's been to federal prison. And then you had the audacity to tell me you couldn't honor me because I was a Republican, but you're honoring Omarosa and James Dunn. Wow. Amazing. So let's go in here. And now the question becomes the organization itself. Leaders Esteem Christian Bible University. Where's this university at? Where's this university? Oh, it's online. Where is this university? It probably is in the same area. You remember when I went to Jerry Davis' house and they had stole a house? Would it be located in the same neighborhood and they stole the organization and the university? Is this the same Vernon Caddy that started Macedonia College? The one that was over in Ghana? Where Candace Matthews initially said that she got her doctorate from? So are we giving out legitimate doctrines from Leaders Esteem Bible College? Because as I'm looking to try and find dissertations for people that receive these doctrines, not the honorary ones, but doctrines from Leaders Esteem Christian Bible College, I can't seem to find the dissertations. And the dissertations should be easy to pull up online because they're public. So is Leaders Esteem Christian Bible College legitimate? Or is it just a front to do this program every year and make thousands of dollars off of? Defraud the community because these celebrities ain't showing up? Or is it actually legitimate? I'm going to go to this screen once again. Let's go here because now I've shown you people, celebrities who didn't know anything about this. I got attorneys saying they're going to send cease and desist letters for celebrities that don't know anything about this. You're using their likeness to say that they are coming to this event, which is false advertisement. And the question is can you be punished in the state of Texas for false advertisement? Both state and federal law prohibits companies from using deceptive advertising practices. Those who are convicted of employing unlawful practices can be required to pay up to $10,000 in penalties for each violation, in addition to actual damages and attorney fees. So my question is, I'm going to ask you again, is Christian esteem, leadership, Bible, college legitimate? Is the 501c3 or whatever you're using, is that legitimate? Because I am prepared to go to the extreme for the people that you have boo-booed on, didn't want to honor them because of who they're connected to. I'm willing to go to the extreme. I'm not donating nothing to no money to nobody, Houston Teachers United. I donate my time. And it's common knowledge that I do the work. So let's get this straight. I've never received my flowers, and I don't give a damn if I don't get them. But you fraudulent organizations that are filling up the rooms with hundreds to almost thousands of people who are expecting to see celebrities, it is now a problem because you knew from the gate that they were not going to come. Did these people do the 4,000 hours? No. I want to read Kathy Tatum's comment. Requirements of the certifying organizations: verify the volunteer hours required to earn the award. Verify volunteers are U.S. citizens and lawfully permitted U.S. residents. Pay the normal cost of PVSA awards, including shipping. Certifying organizations may not charge volunteers for the awards, and volunteers are not permitted to purchase awards. Receive and distribute the award package to the volunteers. Take the certifying organization's e-course every 12 months. Okay, so that brings me to this. So let's go in here. Let's open a screen. Let's open a screen. Let's see. University. Why is it not coming up? Okay, so I can't open that screen. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to AmeriCorps. And we're going to look at the actual criteria so that you can see. This is AmeriCorps eligibility requirements. All right. So there are many roles in the President's Volunteer Service Award Program. Be sure to read the information below and utilize the Learning Center located here. So who can give out the awards? Let's look. Who can give out the awards? A certifying organization is an organization that has been granted authority through an application and review process to give out the PVSA to volunteers. Certifying organizations verify and certify that a volunteer has met the requirement to receive the PVSA within a 12-month period specified by the certifying organization. Only certifying organizations can certify volunteers' eligibility for the PVSA and the order awards. I want to go back one sentence. Certifying organizations verify and certify that a volunteer has met the requirements to receive the award within a 12-month period. So here's my question. If you're giving them out in December, they've not met the criteria yet. If they are from out of state and they're celebrities, they've not met the criteria yet. So how do you know they even qualify for the award before you use their name and likeness to entice people to buy tickets to your event, which is nothing more than a damn sham, when there's more than enough people in Houston that you could actually honor. But you have said in January, when you started putting out the TIs and the Moniques, that these people would receive these awards. Well, how could they do that in the month of January when you needed 12 months for them to be able to do the community service hours with your organization? And I don't think that Monique or T.I. and Tiny would be flying to Houston to volunteer with your organization. And if that is the case, what exactly does your organization do? What do they do in the community? Do you pass out food? Do you give clothes to the homeless? Are you helping in a school? Are you taking care of the seniors? Hell no. So you're violating the actual terms. So let's go back up in here. We're going to open this back up. Let's go in here. Certifying organizations must be established and operate in the United States, its territories, or an overseas military and state installation. Additionally, certifying organizations must receive and facilitate volunteer service. The following entity types are eligible to become certifying organizations: nonprofits, community-based organizations, faith-based organizations, business, schools, K through 12, college, universities, and institutions of higher learning, national service programs, civic, fraternal, memberships of trade organizations, federal, state, local government organizations. Then you have to meet criteria to be a certifying organization. So let's look at the things that you have to do if you're an organization. Verify the volunteer hours required to earn the award. So now I'm asking you to verify those hours. I'm asking you to verify them. I'm asking you to call me. We can sit down. I need to verify the hours of every single person that you said you were going to give one of these awards to. I guarantee you can't do it. I guarantee you can't, because even if you tried to doctor it up like some of y'all gonna try, trust me when I tell you, at flight time, I want to see all that. If they live in Atlanta, I want to see the flight tickets where they were coming back and forth to do the volunteer hours. And I'm pretty sure if they were coming back and forth, as much as you clowns like to take pictures and all that, you'd have took a ton of pictures, but you don't have any. So let's look at it. Verify volunteers are U.S. citizens and lawfully admitted permanent U.S. residents. Pay the nominal cost of PVSA awards, including shipping. Certifying organizations may not charge volunteers for PVSA awards, and volunteers are not permitted to purchase awards. So with Chad Khan, was his donation his way of purchasing the award? That's something you're going to have to answer with AmeriCorps on. Receive and distribute the award package to volunteers. Take the certifying organization e-course once every 12 months. Establish procedures to ensure compliance with PVSA eligibility and other program requirements. Conduct business both ethically and without deception. Well, how can you be adhering to that policy when you've been deceiving the public, saying these celebrities were going to show up and they never showed up? Let's keep going. Okay. Certifying organizations under criminal investigation, indictment, or who have been convicted of a felony in state or federal court within the last 2 years are not eligible to apply or maintain the status of a certifying organization. Revoke a PVSA when information is presented that any awardee did not meet the criteria for the award. Let me do this for you real simple. You might be connected to politicians, but you ain't connected to them people. So everybody that you gave an award to that shouldn't have received them, revoke them. Revoke them. I'm only telling you one time. And if you don't do it, I ain't dealing with state because y'all own them courthouses. I'm going fed. Revoke the awards. Let's keep going. Let's see where I was. If the information reflecting ineligibility did not come from Points of Life AmeriCorps, inform both parties of such contemplated revocation and the justification prior to initiating the procedure. It's coming from me. So you need to contact AmeriCorps, or I will fly to the corporate office and turn you in myself. Let's keep going. Let's go. Maintain a data bank that provides the capability to retrieve all information upon which an award is based by individual awardees' name and year of the award, and certify annually to Point of Life that such data bank is being maintained and is current. The certifying organization shall maintain as part of the data bank a checklist for each awardee by name reflecting that each of the required criteria for an award as detailed under volunteer eligibility requirement has been met. Let's go down and let's see, let's verify exactly what they need to do. As you can see on this screen, right here, this is what they have to do. If you're a kid 5 to 10 years old and you want to give them a bronze award, they need 26 to 49 hours. If it's silver, 50 to 74 hours, and this is community service. Gold, 75 plus hours. Lifetime Achievement Award, 4,000 plus hours. So as we go through, we look at kids, teens, young adults, and adults. But if we looking directly at this one, let's go in here. I want to make sure that you can see it. Any Lifetime Achievement Award needs 4,000 hours of community service hours with your organization. Wasn't no damn T.I. and Tiny coming. Wasn't no Monique coming. All these celebrities ain't showing up for this event. And y'all that's paying the money to get into these rooms, to think that you're going to meet these people, which would be a beautiful thing. I remember the first time I met Snoop Dogg in the Dog Pound. Backstage at the Budweiser Superfest in LA at the Coliseum with my partner, Chris Hicks, that owned the Loonies and Drew Down. Day I got 5 on it. It's a beautiful thing when you meet them. But the thing about it is, don't lie and act like these people are coming when you know in all actuality they're not. So when you lie, you're committing a crime, which is false advertisement. So expect me, and I work on a 48-hour window, to start turning you over to them people. I'm having a Charleston White moment. And what I want you to do is I want you and your little board to sit back, because I know who runs your board. And I want you to sit back and think, this Negro finna mess up the church's money. If you don't honor the people that deserve it, the people from Houston and Harris County and surrounding areas that are able to meet the criteria of AmeriCorps, I'm going to have them strip you naked of everything that you think you finna do with that program. There's more than enough people. Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad, Travis McGee. You feel what I'm saying? Secunda Joseph, Kofi Tahaka. These are people that do it every day. You have Republicans, you have Democrats, you have blacks, you have whites, you have Latinos, you have all kinds of people. and you are just trying to fill up a room, you're nothing more than a scam artist. So probably you're going to block me, but I don't give a damn. You can't hide from the truth. Presidential awards should be given to the people that do the work. And the lies and the deception that you people are doing just to put money in your pockets, just know, eventually we'll cross paths out in the public. And I'm going to out you then too. So what no damn Monique and all these people coming? Tell the people I'm lying about entertainment attorney Rick Anderson, who said that either you take that flyer down of Monique or you finna end up in court. Cease and desist. Because Monique was never scheduled to come. And for those that try to figure out, well, if these people come, how do they get here? Well, man, first of all, these people ain't moving unless you pay them their money to sit in that room. If they got to do walkthroughs, if they got to be in there, that's $5,000 to $10,000. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Paul Anthony is a great guy from Full Force. One of the greatest groups of all time to me. One of the greatest. He was there. But besides him, who else? Who else? Who else? Stop the lies. Because before you call me a clout chaser, you are the clout chaser. By lying to the people to get them to come to your event when you know the people that you have scheduled are not going to be there. And my question is why? I said what I said. I stand on 10 toes on it. If your jackleg want to see me, I'll bust you in a court of law. But don't worry, I got a strange feeling you're going to end up in a court of law behind this. Take it down. I asked for the information. You can set up a time, a date, where you can present me the information that verifies these people hours. We'd love to know where your school is located because we can't seem to find it. Got a problem now? Remember back when you said you would come for me, Verna? I just gave you over an hour and 17 minutes as to why you can come now. If you're trying to end up in a federal penitentiary, I'll help you get there. Don't play with me. And don't never tell nobody you're going to come for the OG. Now, won't you go do some background work on me? Ain't nothing in it. Because if it was, you'd have been through me out there. You ain't built to come. You and nobody on your team is built to come for me. And all you good people out there that's running in that room to accept those bogus awards, knowing that you did not meet the criteria, I'm going to gut your ass too. I'm going to tell the truth about you too. So for everybody here that really have a problem with this, because a lot of people do, on behalf of them, the WARZONE and the 5-star general, take your presidential lifetime award, turn it sideways, and stick it square up your candy. It's the WARZONE. And I'm the 5-star general. I holler. Oh, my attorney waiting. Bring it.